we're in Las Vegas and hanging out with Tony Hsieh and Jen Lim with Delivering Happiness. They're on the laptop. She couldn't be here in person, but she is awesome enough to hang with us for the interview. Hopefully we get to see her on Wednesday, but I know she's got a busy schedule. So if we're lucky, we'll see her in person in just a matter of days. But just wanted to take a couple minutes and pick your guys' brain on kind of the downtown project, because what you guys are doing is just really inspiring to me. And every time I'm here and see what you guys are working on, you're so much further than the last time I saw you. Mm-hmm. And it's just really cool to be down at the coffee shops, hanging with all the startups. And so just wanted to, I guess a good sort of opening question would be, how did you think about going about doing this, and why did you pick this to be your next passion project?
So we're actually here at the Ogden, which is in the Fremont East area of downtown, and the coffee shop we were talking about is like right over the ledge, and then there's a bunch of bars and lounges there that most tourists don't know about, and you'd have no idea you were in Las Vegas if you went into them, because there's no gaming. It's basically the complete opposite of everything you see on the Strip. And so a few years ago, Zappos employees, a lot of us just discovered this place and started hanging out here because there's a real sense of community. And when you walk into downtown cocktail room, for example, there's an 80% chance you're going to run into Michael, who owns that bar. And it's like that, where every place kind of feels like Cheers. And so about 2 blocks that way is City Hall, which we announced about a year ago. We're moving Zappos. That's going to be our new campus. Zappos is moving there, and there's all this expansion land. And I think that's when we started thinking about it, because originally we just wanted to build this campus like Google or Apple or Nike, where there's all these great amenities. And as we started thinking about it more, we realized that those campuses may be great for their employees, but they don't really integrate or contribute to the community around them. And so then we started thinking maybe we should do something that's more like NYU, where the campus kind of blends into the city, and imagine if all of these restaurants and bars and coffee shops suddenly became extended conference rooms. And so what started out as a campus project really has transformed into a project to help revitalize downtown Las Vegas, build a real community, and eventually have everything you need to live, work, play within walking distance, which by focusing on the ecosystem, that's ultimately going to benefit Zappos. But then there's also all these other small businesses that help build neighborhood and community, and all these other tech startups that are starting to migrate here. And even in the past 6 weeks, we've had 4 or 5 other tech companies from other states move here once they've kind of seen the vibe here. So that's pretty exciting.
Oh man, I think it's really exciting. In fact, we did interviews, I think, with at least half of those 6 that have come in the last 6 weeks. And it's just so cool to see how excited they are, coming from different places, Seattle, San Francisco, which are our next stops on the tour. Mm-hmm. But it's really neat to see how quickly people feel part of the community. What do you think are some of those, I don't know, I guess you call it like a magic sauce in a way. What do you think some of the magic sauce that makes it feel like home just instantly?
I think part of it is that, outside of this downtown area, Las Vegas is probably the last place you would expect to have a communal feeling, and in general it's a very transient town and so on. And so I think the people that have stayed behind truly do care about community, and so it's actually, ironically, it's made it the most community-focused place I've ever been to. And I've lived in San Francisco and Boston and other cities, and it's pretty neat to have that. So I think that's part of it, and part of it is just, I think, Michael and his wife Jen, who run the coffee shop, they've been at it for the past 5 or 6 years, and really, I think a big part is just to them, and we just got lucky and happy to find them 5 years into it, and it was a pretty perfect match for the type of stuff that we're trying to do at Zappos in terms of being open and welcoming and having this. At Zappos we focus on culture, and kind of the next level, if you scale it up, is the community of a city or downtown environment.
It's definitely an audacious goal to go and kind of revitalize something the way that you have, but it's very telling that it's actually working. Like when we were here in January and checking out the beat, it was all construction in the back, and now there are people hanging out in just about every room there that you go to. So it's really cool to see that. What do you think if you were to talk to another startup community, say Indianapolis, Chicago, Midwest cities that are nowhere near a coast? What would you say just the everyday person could do? Maybe they don't have an extra few $1 million to invest in something, but how could they contribute to the startup community?
I think just by just with the enthusiasm, the passion, the time and the energy. We actually haven't put any money into anything yet, and you've seen the progress that's been made, and it's really just about the people, the relationships, and I definitely think once Zappos moves here and we start opening up more restaurants and so on, that'll help it grow faster. But if you go Thursday nights at the Beat, like the place is packed with laptops and people from the tech and startup world, and to the point where we're actually out of room there, and none of that took any money, just took people that were passionate and cared about building community.
It's a great problem to have. Can you tell us what the Post-its are all about?
Yeah, so there's, probably close to 100 Post-it notes on the wall there, and basically each of these are ideas for helping build a neighborhood. And so when someone's passionate about an idea, such as opening up a cupcake bakery or a doggy daycare, for example, we tell them that that's something that we'll consider funding. And basically the criteria is you need to be super passionate about it. It needs to help build community. We need confidence in your ability to execute, and then it needs to be sustainable and self-sustainable in the long run. And then I guess for us, because we're moving our campus to here, I think it'll happen faster because we can kind of jumpstart a lot of these things, because we'll have kind of the built-in customer base of Zappos employees moving here. And but regardless, I think there's been plenty of cities or sections of cities that have transformed themselves over the years, and I think it just takes, on the one hand, it takes a group or a community of people, but on the other hand, like just one or two people can galvanize the rest of the community and make a huge difference. And so that would be my advice for anyone that's thinking about doing something in their city, is don't underestimate the power or the potential that one or two people can have in inspiring and bringing on board other people who will then bring on other people and so on.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you having us here and just being able to witness it firsthand. Spend a couple of days here in the Ogden. It's really been very inspiring, to your point. And if people want to find out more about the Downtown Project, is there somewhere they can go online?
There's downtownproject.com. So
cool.
Check it out.